I want to put my son Joey in daycare. Because I need a spot to put my son Joey.
9 days after YouTuber Nick Shirley posted a video visiting dozens of Somali-owned childcare day centers in Minnesota that he claimed were operating without children while receiving millions in taxpayer funds.
David Turner, Senior Advisor and Communications Director for Governor Westmore.
We took questions to the Maryland governor's team about the purported widespread fraud and its potential impacts locally. Turner defended the state's historic response to fraud allegations, stopping short of saying widespread problems are not happening in Maryland.
I'm sure you're aware in Minnesota recently over the weekend, it was a big blow up of allegedly hundreds of millions of dollars. They were going to daycare facilities as well as other healthcare facilities that simply don't operate. They don't exist. Can you assure me today, right now, that that level of fraud is not happening today in Maryland government?
I can assure you that we're doing everything we can to mitigate any waste, fraud, and abuse. That's why we created the Government Modernization Initiative that has saved more than $20 million so far in state government by looking at ways to consolidate contracts, to consolidate the way we're fleets management, for example. I can assure you that we're doing everything we can within statute to investigate any claims of malfeasance, waste, fraud, or abuse. We work across state government. That's not just the governor's office. That's the attorney general's office. That's the comptroller's office. That's the state legislature to ensure that the taxpayer dollar is being used judiciously and wisely.
Governor Westmore's senior advisor then directly answered our questions on whether widespread fraud, like in Minnesota, is happening in Maryland.
To answer your question, can I assure you that that level of abuse, I don't have the answer for you on that, but I can assure you we're doing everything we can to mitigate waste, fraud, and abuse.
I don't know what that means.
Former Maryland Governor Bob Ehrlich, a Republican, slammed Governor Moore's team's response.
There's a lot of elements to this story. I would certainly hope nothing of this scale is occurring in Maryland. I have no evidence to support, to think that otherwise. But if it's happening in other states, clearly, as part of the job description, Maryland needs to take a close look at all of its sectors.
Meanwhile, Scott Walter, president of Capital Research Center, an independent investigative think tank, told Spotlight on Maryland's media partners, the National News Desk, issues like in Minnesota are a symptom to a much larger problem.
And I dare say 90% or more of all Americans would agree. If you get taxpayer dollars, you should be able to show that you are actually helping people with that. And it should be easy for the public to see whether you're helping.
After the federal government made more than 90 arrests in Minnesota following news reports of millions of dollars of fraud in nonprofits and child care centers, we asked Governor Moore's office on Monday if he would partner with the federal government. We did not receive a response. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, a Republican, said late last week his state was taking a proactive approach and people are rightfully concerned about taxpayer fraud. Former Maryland Governor Ehrlich said the same approach should be swiftly taken as the state heads for yet another fiscal cliff.
People see more dollars, tax increases, fee increases, more revenue flowing to Annapolis for less results. That's not fraud, that's negligence. That's bad leadership. And to the extent people see it, taxpayers feel it, there could be consequences come Election Day.
We reached out to Senate President Bill Ferguson and House Speaker Jocelyn Piana-Melnick for comment on this story. Neither office acknowledged our emails. Have you or someone you know had direct experience with potential fraud in a nonprofit or healthcare facility in Maryland? Send me an email or call our Spotlight on Maryland tip line with details at 410-467-4670.
Hi, I'm Maxine Stryker. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel and check out Fox Baltimore on social media to find more stories like this.